Located in Marshalltown in Johannesburg, this is Mapungube Hotel Apartments. Thank you for staying with Morning Live and welcome to the Art Bulletin. Business and Art South Africa, together with the National Arts Festival, recently announced their finalists or their Silver Award winners in their inaugural SA Arts Journalism Awards. Today, which is the fourth day of the National Arts Festival, we'll see the announcement of the Gold Award winners and the overall Arts Journalist of the Year. It was at last year's National Arts Festival in Grahamstown where BASA CEO, together with the festival's organizers, announced the birth of the SA Arts Journalism Awards. Amongst the finalists in this year's reviews category is arts blogger and editor of Sunday Independence art pages Mary Corrigal, who is up against the likes of Matthew Blackman, Anthea Bice and Robin Sasson, to mention a few. In the Aja Features category, young entertainment journal Nadia Narafitu is up against City Press's Pesima Bantu and Charles Blichnot, amongst others. The NAF and BASA decided on adding the fourth category after accepting entries. The festival's official photographer Susie Bainstein will be vying for the Photography Award with Jesse Kramer, James Otway and two other photographers. The Gold Award winners will be announced this morning at the Cock House in Grahamstown. Registrations for the 2013 National Marimba Festival are officially open. This year, the festival will take a little detour and move to Morris Isaacson High School in Soweto in September.
For the first 7 years, the National Marimba Festival was hosted at St. Dominic's in Boksburg, Gauteng, but now as part of the Marimba Education Foundation long-term vision to explore other centers and provinces, the foundation has made the move to Soweto. It has renamed the event and partnered with the Arts Alive International Festival 2013. The one-day festival is open to all primary and high school marimba bands and accommodates all schools and ages.
In his latest solo exhibition titled Penumbra, Walter Altman explores the interrelationships between drawing and sculpture. Wire is his main sculptural medium, which is used to emphasize the handmade process in his work.
The penumbra refers to a mirage-like line of the horizon, that far-off sort of vanishing point that we see on a long view. And we're very thrilled for him, and he's very pleased that on this show, for the first time, he presents a landscape built with a real texture. He's made quite definite 3 dimensions of wire layered over itself, but it even creates the most fantastic sense of perspective. And as you'll note, you get up close, it looks like one thing. You take 20 steps back, it's a whole other world.
New York police are investigating a case of theft after an artwork depicting Nelson Mandela by South African-born artist Conor McCready was stolen from a gallery in the American city. 30 other artworks by McCready amounting to $2 million were also stolen.
McCready is quoted as saying that it unsettles him that the piece would go missing at this time and that it is completely bizarre given the former president's current state of health. He says it is sad that he can never repaint an original. The artist and entrepreneur arrived in New York last month to take part in a large contemporary art fair known as the Frieze Art Week. According to reports, thieves broke into a private storage at a gallery and stole pieces that include McCready's Mandela portrait worth 100,000 rand, which he had already sold to a collector. The collector's insurance had the painting insured only if it was stolen in South Africa and not in transit. McCready has since refunded the buyer.
The Right Journey is hosting a workshop where scriptwriters will learn the fundamentals of building and telling compelling stories. Participants will also learn how to effectively dramatize ideas, plots and characters.
The Right Journey is about taking writers from the time they have an idea in their head, taking that idea through the development of writing a story up to a finished screenplay, stage play or novel. So it's the journey a writer takes from the beginning of an idea to a film being made or a stage show being done. It's important for writers to first of all discover their voice as a writer, to also learn how to express themselves without being censored, and it's also important for them to tell stories that's relevant to their culture, their society and their history, so they can share it with people in their community. They can make people elsewhere in the world aware of what's happening in their community through their stories.
Groundbreaking theatre production Listen With Your Eyes has been invited to a multidisciplinary festival in France. Directed by Alison Swanak, the production was on for 2 nights only at the Wits Downstairs Theatre before heading to Europe this week. Listen with Your Eyes is a play by deaf thespian Alison Swanak, who is based in Durban and tells the story of a deaf scientist and his deaf assistant. The production is described as visual and gestural with no conversation and features 3 actors. Said to have made waves at last year's Talking Hands Deaf Theatre Festival here at home, the play has been invited to the European Deaf Theatre Festival Slindoil, which was created in 2003. The festival takes place from the 5th to the 7th of July in Reims, France, and showcases multidisciplinary plays from all over the world. Visual artists Pamela Patimo-Santram and Tinjuru Nkosi have put their heads together to host a multimedia exhibition at the Ituba Art Gallery. It's called Space Station All Stars and opens on Thursday.
We both use sort of traditional materials, like we sort of rooted in art history. So I'm a painter, I use oil on canvas, I paint with medium, I make the paint very thin, and we're both very interested in the materiality of our materials and our work.
A lot of references to travel come up in my work. So whether that's landscapes or ideas about mythological travel, like quests into the unknown or quests into imaginary landscapes. So that's definitely something that happens a lot in my work.
One of the finest dancers of the 20th century, Madame Alicia Alonso Martinez, is currently in SA with the cast of the International Ballet Gala. The leading Cuban ballerina mingled with the press and her fans on Thursday afternoon in Johannesburg.
Celebrating a living legend. One of the most revered prima ballerinas of our time. World-class dancers bringing timeless pieces alive. It's this dancer's first appearance in an extravaganza of this kind.
It just feels like a great honor, to be able to, I guess, represent some of her choreography.
Alonso's dance style has inspired many generations. At 75, she bowed out. Now almost completely blind, Alonso visualizes the pieces. This production returns Alonso to the world stage. For a little while, she will relive some of her greatest moments.
From Mapungubwe Hotel Apartments out in Marshalltown in Johannesburg, that's how we come to the end of today's Art Bulletin. Do keep in touch with us. Let us know what's happening in and around your art circles. Our email address is morninglive@sabc.co.za. Our Facebook page address is The Art Bulletin. And in brackets, Morning Live. Our Twitter handle is simply @The Art Bulletin. Until next weekend, it's a goodbye from us.